Good morning, YouTube. This is Erica, Sweetest 185. Today is Tuesday, March 13th, and it is 9 o'clock in the morning, I believe. Hold on. Yep, it's 9 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, I did my weigh-in today, and it was good. I think my last weigh-in was 223. And this morning when I weighed in at 220. I am 11 weeks out, and it sounds so weird when you think of a month as only having, it just sounds like it should be more than that. When a month has, well, when you think of a month as having 4 weeks in it, but that's not true unless you're pregnant. It's just really crazy. But anyway, so I weighed in today, and it was good. It was really good. And last night, where I live here in Mall of America. No, I don't live in the Mall of America. I live in Minnesota, which is where in the Twin Cities, and the Mall of America is not that far from me. And we went to the Mall of America last night, and I did a whole lot of walking and a whole lot of eye candy shopping. Walked by Girl Scout cookies. Oh yeah, we have a kiosk in our mall for Girl Scout cookies, and I resisted the urge. I turned a blind eye to them. I really wanted them, but I was just like, no, you're doing too well. And I also learned something. I do actually have dumping symptoms. I do get dumping symptoms. I don't go that way. I go this way. Dumping for me is vomiting. Sweaty, get the sweats, get the stomach, get the dizziness, and I vomit a lot. I found that out from eating something that was way too rich. We made a roast, and it made its own gravy, and it was absolutely delicious, but I had no business having the rich gravy on the roast. It started to bother my stomach pretty bad, and I couldn't figure out what was going on, and I threw the whole entire meal up. The good thing is, with size proportions, the amount of food that we eat, having the VSG, it wasn't a lot of food, but the sad thing, it was good quality food. But I'm learning. I didn't think I had anything to worry about as far as dumping went, but I'm finding out that's not true. I actually do dump. I'm just a vomiter, not a pooper. I also found out something else makes me vomit. Cookies, not cookies, but we have a place here called T-Rex Cookie, and they make these really decadent, amazing cookies that are bigger than your face. Yeah, I wish I had one still, so I could show you, so you would believe me on the size of these cookies. But they're $4 a cookie, so come on, tell me, that should tell you something. Well, unless you're in a really, I don't know, a really expensive place, and a cookie about that big is $4. But no, these cookies they're palm size, and you see how they're bigger than my palm. They're as big as my hand, and they're amazing. But I had some cookie, and notice I said some, not a bite. I did have some. I'm not gonna lie, I cheated on my I've been cheating on a little here and there. Basically, I've been testing the waters to see what I can and can't eat. Not that I ever want to go back to being obese or anything. It's just that the fact that, like, I am being a grandmother, there are going to be sweets and treats and things like that are in my life. It's just it's just it's a given. You know, I'm not gonna make my grandson. I'm not going to deny him things like, you know, a cookie or a piece of cake. I'm only human, so I'm gonna want to taste. So anyway, I took a piece of the cookie and it did the same thing. So I can't do anything that's rich or decadent. Everything has to be kind of like when I ate the Girl Scout cookies, nothing happened. I didn't gain weight from them. I didn't eat a whole box of them. But what I'm saying is nothing happened tummy-wise. My stomach didn't go crazy. It didn't toss and turn and flip. I didn't get the chills, the sweats, or any of the signs of dumping. Nothing happened. But then I had a piece of this gourmet cookie, and my stomach went, oh my God, what the hell are you doing? You know, it just went crazy. So I decided that I am going to jump back on the behavior horse and stop being silly and experimenting on myself. I will still taste a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but that's all it will be, is a taste, and just be satisfied with that. Yes, I'm still taking omeprazole and Ursidile, and I also have not had my calcium this morning, but I have to take that with food. I just can't take the calcium by itself. I mean, I could. I have a cup of coffee here. See? Yeah, I don't know what made me do that, but I have so I have my cup of coffee here, but I just I decided that I'm going to wait on taking my calcium until after the video, probably because I'm going to get some stuff going and maybe make myself an egg and some cheese. I don't know, but I'm, you know, usually when I take my calcium, I roll up some turkey and some cheese, but you know, to take the taste away, because like I said, the calcium just it's got a taste all on its own, and it's just not a good one. Excuse the noise in the background. That is someone's child in the hallway acting like a fool. I do find that to be the downside of living in an apartment complex. Even though I don't live in an apartment, I actually live in a townhome. So my townhouse has 2 floors. They just came out of a one floor unit across the hall, and they are the new neighbors, and they're not that friendly, and they are not very quiet. But yeah, so there's that. Excuse me. So we have a whole lot of different things going on here in Minnesota right now. There's like, as the weather gets warm, people start doing things like getting the pedal pubs. We still have snow, but not snow, but we have, you know, the pile up the banks of ice and snow, or whatever you want to call it. We still have that, so it's still sitting around. It's not green or becoming green yet. It's actually very brown and dirty and icky looking, but that doesn't stop a lot of the things that go on in St. Paul and Minneapolis. And so one of the things is they're getting the pedal pubs. I don't even know if you guys know what a pedal pub is, but it's a bike that's meant for like several people to ride at one time. So like several meaning probably 10 to 15 people, I think. Maybe even be 10 to 12, I don't know. But they sit around these stools, which is, they're sitting on a bar. They're actually sitting at a bar, and the seats are all around the bar, and each seat is connected to pedals, bicycle pedals. And they all, as they drink, they pedal themselves from one pub to the next. And so a lot of our pedal pubs are being cleaned up and restored and getting out there because the weather seems to be nice enough here in Minnesota to do that. It's different when you say nice enough here in Minnesota. We're talking 30 degrees. 30 degrees is really nice here. I've been here almost 25 years, and the weather has finally gotten to the point where I understand it. I mean, well, I've finally gotten to the point where I understand the weather. I will be leaving here for good in the month in some months to come here. It's not that sad for me because where I'm going. But anyway, so the weather, like I said, is now getting to the point where I can understand. I'm now getting to the point where I can understand the weather. And 30 degrees is actually nice. Where I'm going to be going, 30 degrees is, oh my God, it's freezing. But I'm going to be used to it because of living here in this interesting cold state. So, yeah. Oh, I remember one day I was telling you guys that I play with dolls. I don't really like to call them dolls. They're my buddies. I was going to bring one of them down, one of my little people down with me and have them sit in front of the camera today, but I decided not to because there was just so much commotion going on in the hallway, and you know, there was early morning crazy that I just decided no, not to do it. I want to start doing things or introducing little bits and pieces of me into my little yappity segments, but I don't know how much of me I really want to introduce. I'm still thinking about that. Basically because I'm, you know, in the weight loss community, but I don't really get that much attention. I don't know why I don't get a lot of attention. Maybe it's because I'm not as flamboyant as some people, some personalities that come on here and they talk about their weight loss and everything. They show their scars and, you know, they really get into things like that. I'm not one of those people. Not that I mean, well, I'll never show my scars, I'm going to be honest with you, because they faded in such a way that you guys wouldn't see them anyway. I got lucky that way. Haha. Some people, they have scars, their scars, and they look horrible. And then some people have scars and they're not so noticeable, and they're, you know, just wanting to show you for general information purposes, where they are just like saying, well, this is where you're going to get a trocar, and they're going to put one here, they're going to put one here, they're going to put one here, and you know, and this is where your stomach's going to, this is the side where your stomach's going to be removed, you know, so like that. But I just decided that I didn't want to show my scars. I have not been able, and because I did, well, it's not even I have not been able to, but because I filmed this on my phone, I can't do before and after photos. I do have before and after, photos of me before the surgery. Oh, look at that hand. It's so dainty. I do have photos of me before my surgery at my top when I was at 250 or 253 actually, which was a very hurtful number. Yeah, I need to step back into that for a minute. That was a very hurtful number for me because that was my heaviest, and I felt like such a loser to myself. I felt like I had let myself down. I felt like I had stopped caring. I just didn't give a damn. I really didn't. And I mean, and a lot of people go, well, I don't even know what I was doing to get that big. No, I know what I was doing. I was eating the wrong things, not a lot of food, but I was eating the wrong foods. And I wasn't taking in any exercise. Just plain and simple. I was being very sedentary. Is that the word? Where you just don't really have a lot of activity in your life, and and that was hard. It was, and the funny thing is, it's hard working out and taking the time to it's hard working out and taking time to get healthy, but I'm doing it. I may not go to the gym every day, but I do go to the gym now. I make sure I drink my water. Water is like priority number one. As a matter of fact, I get upset when I can't drink my water. And I eat better. I eat the right foods, and I only dabble in, experimentation. But the funny thing is, a lot of the experimentation is with fruit. I want strawberries so bad, you guys, you have no idea, but I'm not allowed to have strawberries until like 6 months out. It has something to do with the staple line and seeds. I want blueberries, but there again, 6 months out, staple line and seeds. So it's like I'm experimenting with things like bananas. I can have bananas, but I can't have a whole banana, basically because it won't fit. So probably about 3 bites of a banana is all my tummy will hold. And I don't think that my tummy is made extremely small or anything. I think it's just the fact that I do chew very well. So by the time it gets in there, it is taking up the space. It just, it's not taking a bite, chomp, 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 swallow, and it gets pushed to the side, then, take another bite and do the same thing, gets pushed to the side. No, it's like I take a long time to eat. And I think that helps with the food actually dispersing itself throughout the stomach, and taking up the space. So, yeah, I experiment with fruit now, fruit and vegetables. I eat broccoli. I do cook it to like its saddest state because it's so fibrous, but I do eat broccoli. And then I tend to sip the juice, the liquid that comes off of the broccoli, because that's where all the vitamins and things are. Excuse me. I like Deadpool, by the way. I also tend to think that I don't give myself enough credit for what I've achieved, going from 253 to now being 220. I mean, it's a big deal. It's a really big deal. And I'm really wishing that I would have done this sooner in my life, because I see all the stuff that I can do now. I get tired, but that's because I think I kind of overextend myself a little bit. But I have kind of like rambled on and just like jumped from subject to subject, and that's like normally not me. Normally I keep myself in one place, but today I just seem to go everywhere with this. Anyway, this is Sweetest 185, also known as Erica, and I am going to be signing off now, and I will talk to you guys later, and you all have a good one. All right, bye.